And welcome back to Let's Play Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, the finale for real this time. We have reached the final level. Last time we did all the Mummy Me stages, and that was just a casual little warm-up for the trial we face in this part. This is Mummy Me Maze Forever. Now, unlike what the name might suggest, this is actually not infinite, it is finite. We have 50 levels to go through, all that have their kind of themes. I think every 10 floors you kind of switch enemy patterns. Like here it's mostly piranha plants, and occasionally you will get a rest floor. Now the hidden objective is to collect 5,000 coins. Now you may think, wow, why am I not going after the coins? Well, again, beginner's trap. The final floor has a lot of coins in it. So, you can actually get almost half of what you need from the final floor alone. So, again, it's a beginner's trap because it's like, oh, I need to get all the coins. Actually, you really don't. You do not need many coins from the maze itself. You're better off just trying to survive and not really worrying about the coins. Also, the perspective is messing me up, so it is a little bit difficult. I'm getting coins because, you know, I don't want to have to do this twice, preferably. So see, now we're on floor 5, so instead of piranha plants, we have Magic Koopa to deal with, and Charge and Chuck, who actually can help us because he can break through the maze if we can manipulate him. Here we have little spitter enemies. I don't know what they're called. Kind of hugging the wall to be on the safe side. You can ignore the coins. Just keep tracking, as the level title indicated. So I think these floors are randomly generated, so it's a little bit different every time. Though I think several trends do persist, I think. So, here's where it gets a little bit tricky when you have a couple paths and you don't know which one you should take. And I chose poorly, because this is just coins. Though I remember my first time through here, I actually got like every coin I could find. Because I didn't know how many coins would be at the end. I thought they were evenly dispersed throughout the entire place. They are not. They're definitely concentrated more at the end. So, yes. Do ignore coins. We do not need them. Hey, we're on floor 10. So on floor 10, you get the pickaxe, and a bunch of coins, and a gold mushroom, and a regular mushroom in case you took damage. So look, we're already a fifth of the way there. And this, again, slightly disproportionate because you do get about 2,000 coins alone on the final floor. Over 2,000, but less than half, I think. It's like 2,300, I want to say, but I'm not sure. But as long as you have like 3,000 coins by 49, you're fine. So really, what you want to do is just ignore the coins, as backwards as it sounds, considering the objective is to collect 5,000 coins. Because quite frankly, it's way easier that way. Oh shoot, this presents a problem. So yeah, we have 2 following us. I think we'll end up with 3 in the next set of floors. So that's fun. More of a train to have to maneuver around. But speaking of maneuvering around, this is ugly. Yeah, that was really ugly. So it's a good thing that they didn't actually hit us. Now we got Magic Koopa and Charge and Chuck again. 2 Charge and Chucks. I'm gonna ignore the gold mushroom for the sake of my life. And just gonna duck in here. So I heard a boo, which is not something I want to be hearing, to be perfectly honest. They can go through walls, and they can only be defeated when you look at them. Except we can't exactly stop and look at them at the moment. Again, the Mummy Me will just sort of keep pace with Toad, but he will never go faster than Toad, as long as you don't, like, slow down. So what you want to do is, as scary as it sounds, just keep moving. All you need to do is just keep walking, or running, whichever you prefer. Where the frick is the exit? I'm really confused. I see it. Actually, it's up here. Ran right by it, didn't I? Ooh, boo right there. I'm trying to figure out where the exit is before walking, and though I just had to kind of start walking eventually. Got to a point where I couldn't keep stalling. If I actually managed to finish this in one try, I'll be legitimately surprised. And here is the problem I and many people have with this, is it's long, 50 floors. We're at floor 20, it's been about 6 minutes, or almost to floor 20, it's been about 6-7 minutes by the time we end up getting there. So this place is no cakewalk. But it's partly just exhausting in a way that the other levels aren't. By other levels, I mean like the Perfect Run and Champions Road. Well, this is the problem. We're just gonna tank a hit because we're almost to floor 20. Worth it. Oh shoot. I got really turned around and I almost died because of it, because I couldn't see if there was an entrance or not, so I panicked. Which is actually, again, part of the reason why this is difficult, is panicking. You do not want to panic, but it's also just really easy to panic here. So, it's tricky for a few reasons. Again, it's partly just because it's pretty much just endurance. I mean, it's not entirely endurance because there is an end, so it's not like you're just surviving. But it is kind of an endurance test because you just have to keep focused for like, 15 minutes approximately, I would say. Which is not easy to do for everyone. I'm gonna do this. Again, I'm taking very wide turns, and that's on purpose, to try to bait them into, basically giving me a good pattern. That was just bad RNG there, because I couldn't really get around him. This might be awkward. Again, almost got killed by RNG. More so than the enemy. Oh, I got stuck on the wall. So then they kick you out to the menu. You don't even get a retry. So I will meet you back where I left off, as expected. So this is my 6th attempt, and I finally got back to floor 20. That was really ridiculous, but pro strat, if you want an easy time, just use the pickaxe actually in the level, because it carries over. So we can actually have an easy floor 21 by just doing this. Just a little helpful tip, potentially. If it helps, then cool. If it doesn't, then I'm sorry. There's not a whole lot that I really can say to make this easier. I mean, one thing I would recommend is, because they do keep pace with you, is to actually use the touchscreen and stun the enemies. This is, I'd say, the worst part so far that I remember, because these piranha plants are just terrible. Let's get a mushroom. Again, the mushrooms are random. You can also find pickaxes in the level at random. So again, this is why I hate this, because there's so much RNG involved. If I can do something consistently with just practice, then I'm not gonna have a problem with it. But this is not something you can practice, because it's all either endurance or just plain luck. So that's my issue with the Mummy Me stages in this case, is when they're randomly generated. Like, I don't have a problem with them normally, but when they're random, then I have a problem with them. But yeah, floor 25, that means it's gonna be the Kamek Magikarp, I mean, and the Charging Chucks, if the pattern holds. So, oh, this is unfortunate. Okay, made it past him. Cool. I don't know where I'm going. Really don't know where I'm going. Oh, shoot, I see where I need to go, and it's stupid. Again, I'm gonna... It's hard, because you can't move the camera when you're using the touchscreen. That was the problem I'm having right now. You know, if I had 4 hands, this wouldn't actually be too bad, but I don't. I only have 2. I've heard actually some people do approach this with the perspective of having multiple hands. That sounds really weird, but it's true. Some people actually do buddy up for this, where like one person does a couple things and another person does a couple other things. And apparently that works for some people, if you have coordinated friends. I don't know anyone who plays video games in person. Shoot. Well, that sucks. So we got to, what, floor 28, I think? Floor 28, so I will have to meet you back at floor 28. And we are back on floor 28. And the game decided to take pity on me, thank goodness. This is like attempt number 9, I think? So this is a few attempts later. I'm not wasting any time. I'm not messing around this time. I am pulling out all the stops and using all the tricks at my disposal, which is actually really hard to record a game like this because I have to look down constantly, and that's not easy when you're naturally inclined to looking up while playing a video game. But look, we made it to floor 30. Oh my goodness. We don't get a rest floor though, because they decide to be really mean jerks now. They decide to just be jerks and not give us rest floors. So, okay. Now we have bullet bills, which honestly I kind of am relieved by. Because while, yeah, bullet bills bad, they can actually clear paths for us, so make our job a little easier actually. You know, stuff we're not supposed to be out, places we're not supposed to go, we can actually access sometimes. We just need to make sure we're on cycle with a bullet, or off cycle with a bullet. That's what I meant. I don't know if I really explained enough about why I hate this level, because I've been ranting about it for like a while now, but I don't know if I've gone into enough detail yet. This is one of those things where people ask me about games all the time that I think are hard, but this isn't hard to me, this is just frustrating. And that's the difference for me between a fun game and an annoying game, is if it's frustrating. Because, like, a game can be hard, and I can still feel a sense of reward from it, especially when beating a really hard game. Hallelujah. 35. Also, we're pretty much good on the coin count, because we're gonna probably hit, like, 2,800 to 3,000 by the end. And that's actually perfect. That's right where we want to be. But as I'm doing the slow strats, but the safe strats, TKC Tropical Freeze is the first game to come to mind, because the game is extremely punishing and extremely challenging, but I feel a sense of reward from doing it, because it feels like me conquering it is a sign that I basically have learned the ins and outs of what I need to do, and there's a sense of accomplishment from that. I can't get a sense of accomplishment from this, because it's just kind of RNG and frustrating. So that's my thoughts on this process, is it's just frustrating to me. Not really rewarding, because I don't mind hard games. I mean, I played Kaiser Mario to completion, so I don't mind hard games. It's just, this is not rewarding to me. Not to spoil it, it's not worth it. By saying I'm not spoiling it, I immediately spoiled it. But yes, it is not worth doing. I'm only doing it because I am a crazy completionist who for some reason feels the need to show this for this Let's Play, even if it is a miserable time. Okay, home stretch. Again, not messing around with these punks. Safety strats, aka using the touchscreen a lot. Okay, now we're getting a hybrid. Also, by the way, the music at parts, because of the heavy rhythm, reminds me of Crypt of the Necrodancer. Another game that really stresses me out, but it's actually... it's a roguelike that has Oh, thank goodness. I will take it and carry it on to the next floor to make my life a heck of a lot easier. Okay. It's a roguelike that requires so much concentration because you have to time everything to music. And it's a really fun game and I highly recommend it. It's like $10. I think it's 15 actually. But it's really good, I highly recommend it. But boy, does that game stress me out. And this is the same argument I can use for this. It's stressful. Oh man, that's a disaster zone right there. Oh, thank goodness. Now if only I can keep it. Whew. Pro strats. Not really. Frick. I did not know there was a piranha plant there. Thanks, game. Thanks a lot, game. So we're almost there, though. We only have 3 more floors to go. But this is gonna be a struggle. So I'm actually gonna take it slow. Use touchscreen liberally, and hope for the best. Luckily, we're getting good RNG at the very end, because we're getting really nice floors. But I'm just hoping this is a nice floor too. It is not a nice floor. It is extremely not a nice floor. Now I'm going the wrong way. This is really bad. This is really bad, and I died on the last floor. So, be right back. And there you have it. We are done. So I didn't realize the mic was muted for that level. That's why I paused at the end. But look, we did it. It's extremely not worth it. But because you get so many gold mushrooms just from the thank you letters, this is why you really don't need to worry about coins. It's like, this is sort of laughably easy to get the secret objective for. By the way, that last floor, basically all I said was the pattern was ridiculously easy. So, you didn't miss too much commentary, but to actually give a few final thoughts, I will say another thing I dislike about this is it's kind of a gauntlet, and the lack of checkpoints is what really makes it not fun to me. Like, if you had a checkpoint at 25, I think this would be a lot easier. And hypothetically, you could still get enough coins to get the secret objective extremely easily, because that's just how this level is. I feel like there should be a pickaxe somewhere. Speak of the devil. Right when I don't need it anymore. Good job. So yeah, we got a lot of coins just from the ending. And there you have it. That is the end of the game. However, we still have a few things to show off. Nothing too substantial, but congratulations! You can now play Coins Galore courses anytime you like in bonus. That is your reward. Most likely, you're gonna max on lives just by doing the other thing. But the main thing is, Toad actually has the crown. The crown we just got, he actually wears it throughout the entire rest of the game. If you go back and replay other levels for some reason, yeah, Toad's actually still wearing the crown. So that's pretty cool. I'm not doing this again. Yeah, just all the Coins Galore stages, all 3 of them. Nothing too fancy, but I actually wanted to check something really quick. I wanted to hop into a level with Toadette to see if the crown is on her as well. Oh, there you go. So both characters get the crown. Also, you have a timer in the top right of the screen for the time trials, so you can actually see how well you're doing. A couple last things for completionists. If you have done all of the time trials in a book, they'll actually be sparkling on the title screen, the little Toad icons. And if you find all the Pixel Toads using the Toad Amiibo, to unlock those challenges, you get a golden Pixel Toad on the book as well. I don't have any screenshots of those because I don't have the Toad Amiibo. But there you have it. We are done with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It's a game. It's one of those games I say finish it, play it, don't complete it, just because, yeah, that was like my 13th attempt, so that wasn't that bad even, and it still took like 2 hours. So, yeah, just play it, have a good time, don't worry about 100%, unless you are a completionist and feel like you need to. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for whatever my next project will be.